Hello, and welcome to the Love is Stronger Than Fear podcast. I'm Amy Julia Becker, and this is Season 1, Prepare Him Room, Advent Reflections. I'm so happy you're here with me to consider what happens when God shows up in the midst of the eggnog, gift wrap, holiday cards, tinsel, and let's be honest, the stress and the joy of this time of year. Thank you for listening. This is the podcast for December 5th, The Importance of Gifts. Comes from a post I originally wrote for the Motherlode blog of the New York Times back in 2010 when our son William was 2 years old. You'll see why that's relevant in a minute. But first I want to read from Matthew chapter 2 verses 9 through 12 in the New International Version. After the Magi had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. A few weeks ago, when our son William awoke from his nap, he said, "Mom, I want to talk." "What do you want to talk about?" "Santa." It's become a ritual. He stays in his crib, surrounded by his sleep stuff, and asks questions about the North Pole, Santa bringing presents, and, well, actually it pretty much centers on Santa bringing presents. At one point, I decided I should try to reframe the narrative and introduce the more spiritual aspects of the holiday. You know, William, at Christmas, it's Jesus' birthday. We give presents to celebrate because Jesus was born and Jesus loves us. Oh. He sucked on his pacifier for a moment and then asked, "Does Santa love me?" Fun as it is to sit with my 2-year-old and weave a fantasy about elves and reindeer and a bearded man dressed in red, when I hear a question like that, a part of me wants to do away with Christmas altogether. I want to protest the commercialization of the holiday. The red and green candy that appears in drugstores as soon as the Halloween stock has been removed. The chirpy holiday songs that have nothing to do with the spiritual aspect of the season. The mounds and mounds of unneeded and often unwanted plastic and tinsel and gift wrap. The tacky decorations. And the fact that my son thinks more highly of Santa than God. I'm not alone. Plenty of families face the same dilemma, whether due to religious concerns or general weariness from the amount of stuff we and our children have accumulated through the years. Maybe we should all pull names out of a hat and only give one gift apiece, or we could give the money to charity, or why not forget about presents altogether and just enjoy Christmas Day as a family? I entertain those possibilities. But I come back to the thought that gift giving is good. At Christmas time, materialism should be a blessing. Yes, it can be wasteful, it can become hedonistic, and yet there is a spiritual dimension to gift giving. From a Christian perspective, as I tried to impress upon William, giving gifts reflects the celebration of the gift of God's Son on Christmas morn. Moreover, it reflects the idea that God has entered into the material world, and through that entrance, God has declared that the material world is good and worth celebrating, if not in excess, then at least through extravagant generosity. And yet this celebration isn't just about the goodness of stuff. It's not just about giving gifts, but also about receiving them. Receiving gifts is humbling. Instead of selecting and purchasing what I want for myself, I have to submit to the gift given by someone else. Of course, in contemporary American culture, we can return things easily or ask for a gift card rather than letting go of control and receiving whatever has been chosen for us by someone else. But at least in theory, receiving gifts prompts gratitude and a recognition of all the things in life that come as a gift, not because of hard work or because we deserve it, but simply because we are loved. From the beginning of Jesus' life, people responded by giving gifts, extravagant, beautiful, material, over-the-top gifts. Our calling is to remember the one who gave himself for us as we tip our hat to that reality in celebration on Christmas morn.
Thanks for listening to Season 1 of the Love is Stronger Than Fear podcast, Prepare Him Room. For more information, including a free PDF version of Prepare Him Room, go to www.amyjuliabecker.com. While you're there, you can also find out about Amy Julia's books, White Picket Fences, Small Talk, and A Good and Perfect Gift, and when she'll be speaking in your area. Thanks again for listening, and please do consider reviewing this podcast wherever you got it, and please share it with someone else who might enjoy it.